So welcome everyone. My name is Jacqueline Morosco of Spirited Practice, and today I would like to take you through a practice really the focus will be the chest and the shoulders and the low back. And so just taking a few moments to find your center, taking a few deep breaths, breathing down. As you breathe in, pulling your breath all the way down your body. And then as you breathe out, inviting the air to move up and out so that you're taking smooth, deep breaths. And I'm going to invite you, if it feels good to you, to breathe deeply throughout the practice and trying to synchronize your breath with your movements. And so after settling in, checking in with your body, so literally asking your body, how you feel right now in this moment. So noticing any place where you feel sensation or where you don't feel sensation. Also, your energetic level. Our lives have changed drastically in the last month or so. And so how is that feeling in your body? And then asking yourself how you'd like to feel by the time that we are complete with our practice today. Knowing what you need to do for the rest of the day, how do you want to feel? And then after setting your intention, we'll start with a few breaths and some sound and some movement. So inhaling, taking your arms up overhead, and exhaling the sound "hu" to your heart. Hu. And imagine that you're pulling in the energy from the universe. We're going to inhale the arms out to the sides, palms open. Exhale the sound "ah" to the heart. Ah. And scooping up from the ground, the sound "om" to the heart. Om. And just letting those sounds resonate in your body. Releasing your hands whenever you're ready. And then we are going to start standing up with our tennis ball. And so taking your tennis ball on the ground, and you're going to just roll your foot. Now, if you happen to not have a tennis ball, you can massage your feet. You can stay seated on the ground and just massage your feet with your hands. You could also roll on something, but please don't roll on anything that is too hard. Okay? And then giving attention to both feet. And the nice thing about standing up, you decide how much pressure you want to put into the tennis ball. And you can do this seated. All right, so. And for me, I love rolling my feet on tennis balls. I could stay doing this for a long time, but we're not going to today. But give both feet the same amount of attention and, noticing those different sensations in your feet as you're rolling them. Then we're going to take that tennis ball, set it off to the side, someplace safe where you're not going to trip on it. And then bringing your hands onto your legs. And so we're just warming up, so really giving yourself that time to synchronize your breath and your movements. So you're going to inhale up and exhale. You're going to slide down the front of your legs, keeping your hands on your legs. And then as you inhale, sliding the hands up the backs of the legs. Exhaling down the front of the legs. Inhaling up the back of the legs. We're going to do that a couple more times and just notice how your back body and your front body feel as you're moving. And once more. Nice. So once you come to a place where you're finished and you're standing, you're going to roll through the shoulders. So inhaling the shoulders up towards the ears, exhaling, rounding them down the back body. And you can do this nice and slowly, feeling where you feel sensation. You also might want to explore rolling one shoulder at a time. And again, synchronizing your breath with your movements. And this is one of those things that you can do anytime, anywhere to loosen up your shoulders and let go of tension in the back of the upper body and the neck. Now, when you feel complete with that, we're going to take our feet about hip width apart, arms along the sides, and the inhale, we're going to take the arms up overhead and exhale, come down. And if you want to come up onto your toes, you can do that. So the inhale is up and the exhale is down. Moving slowly with your breath. 2 more times. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Now this next one, we're going to take the right arm forward, left arm back, hands meet up overhead. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Alternating sides. And again, you can come up onto your toes, or you can keep your feet flat. And if you're not used to this movement, it might feel a little awkward at first. You might wonder where your other hand is overhead, and that's okay, just going along with it. We're going to do one more time on each side. And when you come back down, we're going to bring the hands onto the thighs again. Feet are still about hip width apart. You're going to inhale up and exhale, just do a little bit of a chair, right? So you're inhaling up, exhaling, sliding down. And what I want you to do with the heels of your hands is press into your thighs just a little bit. Inhale up, exhale back. Beautiful. Now, next time you're standing up, and this one can be done against the wall as well as in the center of the room. So you're going to take your left hand and place it on your pelvis. So the top of the hand is on the back of your hip. The inhale is going to be right arm comes up, exhale, and then you're going to inhale and exhale as you come down to the side, turn your head away from the arm. Inhale up, head comes back to center. Exhale down, head turns. And the way that you would do this against the wall is if your wall is right here in front of you, you're just going to inhale up and the hand will connect to the wall as you come down. And we're staying on the same side, inhaling up, exhaling down. Feel free to have a bend in your knees. This will be our last time on this side. Once you come up, you're going to switch hands. And again, inhale up, exhale down on the second side. Moving with your breath, only going as far as it feels good in your body. 2 more times on this side. Beautiful. And when you come up, we're going to bring both hands onto the back of the body. And again, we're going to do that little chair position. So the inhale will be up, the exhale. You're pressing down with your feet, you're bending your knees, and you're reaching back with your sits bones. Inhale up, exhale down. And if any of the hand positions don't work for you, just find one that does. Last one. Now we're going to hold here. So you're in your chair position, and it's a small chair. You can go deeper if you want. You're going to take one arm up, inhale, turn your head away. Exhale back to the center, second side. So alternating sides, we're going to do it 2 more times on each side. If your quads or legs get tired, you'll just stand yourself up and continue the movement standing. And last one. And then stand on up. Now for this next one, here you are, you're standing on your mat, feet are about hip width apart. You're going to slide your right foot back so that you have, maybe a leg's distance, maybe a little bit less between your feet. You could have this back heel pressing against the wall for a little bit more support. And then I want you to, your feet are pointing forward, your hips and shoulders are pointing forward. And then I just want you to bend your front knee, and as you bend it, kind of see if you can still see your big toe on that left foot, right? So the movement is going to be the knee bends, the arms come up, the elbows bend and press back. Exhale, your arms come forward and the leg straightens. Inhale, knee bends as well as the elbows. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. So I love this one for opening up your shoulders. So notice how, and your chest. So notice how that feels. Now next time you exhale, relax your arms. Step that back foot forward. And then we'll take the second side. And again, take a moment to check in with yourself. So feet, even though they're legs distance apart, they're hip distance apart widthwise. And you're gonna bend that front knee, make sure you can see your big toe. And then whenever you're ready, you'll start with your breath. Inhale, knee bends, elbows bend. Exhale, arms come forward, legs straightens. Moving with your breath. So you don't need to synchronize with me. You're moving with your breath. 2 more times. And again, once your arms straighten, we'll step those feet together. Again, you're standing with your feet about hip width apart, feeling your heels and your toes on the ground. And you probably can't see my feet on the video, but what I want you to do, I'll use my hands. You're gonna take your big toes down, lift your little toes up, and then switch. Little toes down, big toes up. Keep breathing. We'll do that one more time. Big toes down, little toes up. And this time you're gonna try to bring your pinky toes, the little toe, down to the ground. Your toes may or may not listen to you. It's all okay, it's okay. And then relax your feet and just kind of walk through your feet for a moment. And then you might want to hold on to a wall or just in the center of the room, you're going to turn your toes under. So you're stretching the front of your foot, but you want to be really careful. If you feel unbalanced at all, definitely hold on to a wall. So just stretching the top of the foot. One more time on each side. Still breathing. Nice. Okay. I think we'll do one more thing standing up and then come to the ground. So for this next one, you're going to take your weight into your right foot and you're going to cross the bottom of the leg at the shin or above the knee. And if you're above the knee, you're going to flex that foot. You could also have your hands holding onto the wall, okay? Or you could have your hands at your heart center and you're going to sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Long, smooth breaths. Find some non-moving spot to look at in front of you, on the floor, on the wall. Keep breathing. Sit a little bit deeper if that feels comfortable. And one more breath. And then on an inhale, we'll come up, uncross, and we'll do the second side. So grounding down through that standing leg, crossing over at the shin, or you can slide your ankle up above the knee and flex the foot, hands at your heart center or pressing into the wall. With your breath, you're going to slowly start to sit back. Long, smooth breaths. And you're still breathing, you're focused, making sure your lower back and all parts of the body feel good. And on an inhale, you'll come on up, uncross, release your hands. And just like we did in the beginning, you're gonna inhale, exhale, slide down your legs. It's okay if the knees bend. Inhale, sliding up the back of the legs. This helps us to come back to center. Exhale down, inhale up. And last time. Nice. Now we're going to make our way down to the floor. And if your knees are a little bit sensitive, some of you might be on carpet, some of you might be on hard floors. You might take a blanket and make sure it's nice and smooth and place it under your knees. So now we're on our hands and our knees. So some options here. If your wrists are tender, you could be on your elbows. And also you could do this on your back with your knees bent, okay? So the first thing I want you to think about here is I want you to think about your lower abdominals, all right? So as you're in this position, I want you to engage those lower abdominals so that your back is flat. And for a moment, I want you to feel that sensation in your body. So your hands or your forearms are on the ground, wrists slightly in front of the shoulders, knees slightly behind the back and about hip distance apart, and you're engaging those lower abdominals. So connect with your breath. Inhale is going to be up here. Exhale, you're going to come down towards child's pose. And just move with your breath. And I'll show you on the elbows as well. Inhale is up, exhale down. Okay? And you're really allowing the back to round as you're coming down, right? The whole purpose of this particular pose is to stretch the back body. So inhale is up, exhale is down. Okay, so next time that you come up, I want you to stretch out your right leg, toes are turned under. Here, and again, you could be on your forearms. Your toes are turned under, you're reaching your heel towards the ground. So most of us will get a stretch through the calf and maybe the Achilles in the foot here. Still breathing, kind of pushing away with your hands. Long, smooth breaths. And then finding your balance on your hand and your knee. You're going to lift that leg up, bend the knee so that your foot, the bottom of your foot is pointing towards the ceiling, and you're going to press up. And it doesn't have to be a big movement. You're just gently pressing your foot towards the ceiling. And you're still breathing, right? No matter what. And then when you're complete, you're going to bring that knee down. Shifting your weight, you're going to stretch your second leg behind you. And again, the toes are turned under. And you're reaching your heel towards the ground, so you're stretching the back of the leg. Long, smooth breaths. And as I said at the very beginning, like, this is an exploration of your body and your breath, right? So what feels good to you? Again, we're going to shift our weight and lift that leg up off the ground, bend the knee, and gently press that foot up towards the ceiling. And you probably, well, maybe forgot about those lower abdominals, but you might want to check in with them at the moment. And again, we're going to place that knee on the ground. Now we're going to come down onto our elbows and walk your knees slightly behind your hips. And this is an exploration, so you're going to see how this feels. You're going to lift your knees up off the ground and then bring them down. And you could hold, or you can hold with your knees down, or you can hold with your knees up, or you can move in between those two positions. But you're going to find a way that works for your body. And you're still breathing. And remember, this is nourishing. It's supposed to feel good. So if it doesn't, you're going to switch it up. We're going to bring the knees down. Gently make your way into a child's pose. So hips towards the heels and wrap your arms around your legs. And here, if your head doesn't come to the ground, you might have a blanket or a block underneath. So connecting with your breath, noticing how your body feels. And when you're ready to come up, you're going to make your way up and you're going to take your blanket or your towel and you're going to make a roll. So I like to use this fold of a blanket, and at home you probably have all sorts of blankets. But you're going to make some sort of roll with your blanket and you're going to set that off to the side. We're going to use that in just a moment. So now you're going to sit back on your heels. If that doesn't work for your body, you're going to have yourself upright on your knees. And we're going to start with the hands on the lower back. And just like we did when we were standing up, and some of you might like a little block in front, you're going to inhale, one arm up. Exhale, you're going to turn your head and come down towards the ground. Inhale, you come up, your head comes forward. Exhale down towards the ground. And you could have a blanket, a block, or nothing underneath your head. Same side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, head back to center. And last time, head turns as you reach towards the ground. When you come up, we're going to switch arms. So again, inhale as you're up towards the sky. Exhale as you come down towards the ground and you're turning your head away from your arm. And this is going to be our last time. So when you're done, you're going to make your way onto your back. Now, some of the things I want you to have your roll, your blanket roll close by. You might use a strap, or you could have a sock or a belt or something. And you might have a block close by. And for your block, you could use a book or a folded towel or blanket. But you're going to make your way very safely onto your back body with the knees bent. And while you're here, I just want you to take a couple of nice deep breaths. You might have your eyes closed. And I want you to notice which parts of the body connect to the floor. So feel your feet, your hips, which parts of your back touch the floor, shoulders, arms, hands, head. And then in your own time, keeping your feet connected to the floor, you're going to inhale, tilt your pelvis up, exhale, tilt the pelvis down. So at first, we're not trying to lift the pelvis off the floor. The pelvis is connected to the floor the whole time. Inhale, tilt the pelvis up, exhale, pelvis tilts back down towards the floor. Inhale, lift up, exhale, down. Now, if you want to, and it sounds right for your body, you're going to press your arms into the ground, keep your feet connected to the floor, and the inhale, you're going to lift your pelvis up off the floor, and exhale, take it down. Inhale, lift up, exhale, come down. And if that's feeling good, you might start to press your elbows into the ground and lift your chest a little bit more. So inhale, hips come up, chest opens. Exhale, hips come down, upper back body follows. 2 more times. And when your hips come down this time, again, relax, feel your body on the floor, and you're going to take the right knee in towards the chest and hold on to that knee. And you can take it in a circular motion. You can just hold on to it. And then we're going to slide the hands to the back of the thigh and interlace the fingers. In the inhale, you're going to press that leg up towards the ceiling. Your foot flexes. It's like you're trying to lift your ceiling. Exhale, knee comes in towards the chest. Inhale, press that leg up towards the ceiling, the thighs pressing into the hands, hands pulling onto the thighs. Exhale, knees towards the chest. 2 more times. Inhale, press. Exhale, bend the knee towards the chest. You're going to release the hands. Take that foot down to the floor. Bring your second knee in. And again, at first, you're just holding on to the knee. You might want to take it in a circular motion. You're checking in how that feels in your body. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to lace the fingers on the back of the thigh. Inhale, press the foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take the knee in towards the chest. Inhale, press. Exhale, bring that knee in towards the body. Moving with your breath. You might be moving more quickly or more slowly than I am. That's totally okay. And this next one will be the last time. And again, as you exhale and bring that knee in, instead of placing that foot down, we're going to bring the other knee in. And then take the knees in a circular motion, or you may just want to hold on to them or move them front to back or side to side. If you're going in a circle, a couple of times in each direction. And then you're going to come to a place where you stop. Feet are going to be on the ground. Knees are still bent. You're going to walk your feet wide, maybe as wide as your mat or wider than your mat. And one at a time, you're going to bring each knee in towards the center. So one leg is stationary as the other leg, the knee comes in towards the center. Inhale up, exhale, take that knee towards the floor. Inhale back up, and then do the second knee. Very slowly with your breath so that you can feel what's happening in your hip flexor and maybe even up into your psoas as you're moving. Now, the next time that you finish your second side, you're going to walk your feet a little bit closer together. This is where some of you may want to use your strap. You can also use your hand, but we're going to take the one leg up, and you might take the strap on the padded part of your foot. And then I like to walk my hands up so that my elbows are straight, so I have a little bit more control over the strap. If you don't have a strap, you could use your hands wherever they come to on your leg. And what I want you to do is just very gently start to bring that leg towards your body, right? So it will be inhale when the leg is away from your body, exhale as you bring that leg closer to your body. And the rest of you is stationary, right? But you're using that foot that's on the ground to help support you. And one more time. And then bending that knee, taking that foot to the floor. We'll do the second side. Again, using your strap or your hands. Inhale, leg away. Exhale, leg comes in towards the body. Two more times. And this is a wonderful time to check in, like, how does this feel in your body as you're moving? And when you're done this time, you're going to take that foot to the floor. And this is where you might use your folded blanket or a block. We're going to lift up the hips and place the block or your folded blanket underneath your hips. Knees are still hip width apart, feet are still flat on the floor. And you're going to try to open up your chest a little bit here. Head gently rests on the floor. And allow your hips to be heavy and rest into the blanket or the block. And this will be the third time we're doing this next motion, so hopefully it'll start to feel more fluid. The inhale, you're going to lift your arm, turn your head away from the arm. Exhale, head back to center, arm comes down. Second side. Inhale up. Head moves away from the arm. Exhale, arm comes back down, head comes back to center. Alternating sides. Try not to have it be like a swingy motion. You're just moving with your breath. And of course, if it doesn't feel good or if you don't have anything to put under your hips, you could do this without anything under your hips. You could also hold yourself up while you do that movement with the arms. Really depends what feels good in your body. Now, after you finish your second side, one at a time, you're going to bring your knees up towards the ceiling, feet off the floor, and then stretch your legs up towards the sky. You're going to flex your feet. We'll point and flex the feet and notice, again, sensations in your body as you're moving. The rest of your body somewhat relaxed on the floor, chest is open, moving with your breath. Now, next time your feet are flexed, you're going to open up your legs to a comfortable distance apart and then slowly bring them together. You might move, inhale, open the legs, exhale, bring them together, or you might move more slowly. But moving in a way that feels good in your body. Some of you might feel better with bent knees, right? So always an exploration for what works for your body. And the next time that the feet come together, very carefully bend your knees and then 1 foot at a time, place your feet on the floor. And we're going to take out what's underneath the body and move it to the side. And this is where you're going to use your roll, your blanket or towel roll. And you're going to bring it onto the center of your mat. And in this position, your butt is going to stay on the floor. You're going to bring that rolled blanket to the lower back so that there's no space, like you can't barely fit your hand in between the roll. And you're going to come down onto the roll, and hopefully your roll is long enough that your whole spine and head are able to be on your blanket. So I'll give you a moment to just get that set up. And again, as you're resting into your blanket, the whole spine is supported. Again, if this doesn't feel good to you, you're going to do it just with your back flat on the floor. Okay? So hopefully you're all set up. You have that support in your lower back. And you're going to let go of your shoulders. So you're not working to hold them up. Your arms are resting on the ground. Right now, your feet are on the floor, and we're going to bring the ankles and the knees together with the knees bent. And then you're going to open your knees out to the sides with the bottoms of the feet pressing together. Now, some of you might like support under your knees. We're not going to stay here for a really long time. Now we're going to bring the knees together. The next movement, we're going to use the arms and the legs. If it doesn't feel good, you might just remain in one position. You're going to explore. Inhale, arms come up overhead, knees open out to the sides. Exhale, knees come back together, feet flat on the floor, arms down to the sides. Inhale, arms come up, knees open out. Exhale, knees come together, arms come down. Moving with your breath. Long, smooth breaths. Now, if it feels good in your body, on the inhale, when your knees are open, your arms are overhead, We're going to stay in this position. If not, you'll come back to the other one. So, and you're going to continue to breathe. Now, as you're breathing, I want you to bring your awareness to your solar plexus, where your diaphragm is at the base of the rib cage. And I want you to notice the movement. As you inhale, your diaphragm expands. And as you exhale, the diaphragm contracts. That's kind of how it works in your body. So noticing that movement in your body. Long, smooth breaths. And I know some of you, like for me, I feel like I could stay here for a really long time. But we're not going to. So with one of your exhales, when you're ready, you're going to bring those knees together and the arms are going to come back down to the side. And very carefully, you're going to roll yourself to the side. And we're going to get rid of our blanket and we're going to come down onto our belly. So here you are, you're on your belly. You could have your arms folded with your forehead on your hands. You're going to find a comfortable way to be here. And hopefully you don't need to look up so that you can relax your head on your hands. I'm going to keep my head lifted so that you can still hear my voice. Now you're going to bend your right knee and take your heel towards your buttock. And some of you, so that might be just perfect and you don't have to do any more. Some of you are going to reach back with your right hand and bring that heel closer to your buttock. But you're only doing that if that feels good in your body. Okay? Now this left arm, your forearm is down on the ground. You may want to start to press down with that forearm and lift your upper body. And then at the same time, press your ankle into your hand and start to take that heel away from your buttock. Some other options would be to stay with your head on your forearm and not use your hand. But you're going to find a way that this feels good for you. The quad stays on the floor, so the thigh on your right leg still remains on the floor. Your pelvis is pressing evenly left to right into the floor. Long, smooth breaths. Now, when you've had enough, that might have happened already, you're going to gently release that foot, take it to the floor, bring your right arm up, gently rest your forehead onto the right arm, and bend through your left knee. And again, at first, you're just bending through the knee. You take it one step at a time so that you can feel all those wonderful sensations in your body with each step. Again, some of you may want to reach back with your left hand and take that heel closer to your buttock. Some of you may not. And you're still breathing. And again, some of you may want to start to press in the ground with your right forearm and start to press with the left ankle into the hand. No matter what, you just keep breathing. You're checking in with your body at all times, that you're comfortable. And again, with one of your exhales, you're going to release, come down to the floor. And this time we're going to bend both knees. So some options here, you can do this one with bent knees and your feet flexed, or you can lift both legs up off the ground. It's going to depend what feels good for you, okay? We're going to come on to the forearms. Your elbows are near your chest. So the inhale is going to be lift the feet or the legs, and exhale, come back down to the ground. Inhale, come up. I'm looking towards you, but you're looking straight ahead. Exhale down towards the floor. Either bending the knees or using straight legs. Moving with your breath. Stopping if that's what's appropriate for you. This is going to be our last time. In this last one, whichever position you take, you're going to hold that position. Long, smooth breaths. Now gently releasing your legs and your body to the ground. You're going to press back into a child's pose. So again, rounded back here. Arms can be wrapped around your legs or you can keep them in front. Long, smooth breaths, relaxing, settling in. You could also do this position on your back with your knees towards your chest if you don't like being on your knees. Okay, so now is a great time to check in and see how you're doing. From here, we're actually going to come into a seated position. And if you have your tennis ball, you're going to find it. And what we're going to do is you're going to take your tennis ball, and if you have two, you can do both calves at the same time. You're going to place the calves on top of the tennis balls and try to keep your heels on the ground. I'm trying to find a good angle for you to see what I'm doing. I don't think there is one. And you're going to pedal through your feet. And if you're having one at a time, you're just going to, do one leg at a time and then switch the tennis ball to the second side. You can point and flex your feet. You can roll your legs in and out. And if you don't have a tennis ball, you can just massage those calves. And when you start to feel complete with your calves, you're going to set those tennis balls off to the side. You're going to keep your right leg straight, and without using your hands, you're going to bring that left foot up onto the inner thigh. And we're going to work two different ways you choose. Inhale, so right foot is flexed, left foot is on the inner thigh. Inhale up, slide down your leg. Or you can keep your arms in line with your ears, inhale up, exhale down. So one is definitely more strenuous. You're going to choose which one feels better in your body. Inhale up, exhale down. We're staying on the same side. And one more time. Now when you come up, you're going to stretch out that left leg. And again, without using your hands, you're going to bring in your left foot to the inner thigh. Find your place, connect with your breath. Inhale up, exhale, slide down. Your left foot is flexed. And again, you can have your arms in line with your ears, inhaling up, exhaling down, or sliding up and down your leg. Moving with your breath. This is a great time to notice how your body's feeling, how your energy is moving. And last time. And when you come up, stretching out both legs. And again, same sort of movement. Feet are flexed so that your muscles are engaged in your legs, either hands on your thighs or in line with your ears. Inhale up, exhale down. This could also be done with bent knees. And you kind of notice I'm doing all different ones so that you can do, see different things that might work for your body. Now, next time you come up on your inhale, we're going to take the bottoms of the feet together, and you're going to have a big diamond here. So we're not bringing the feet right up next to the groin. You have a nice big diamond in front of you, and you're either going to have your hands on the tops of your legs or the backs of your ankles. You're going to inhale up and exhale. Bring your head down towards the floor. It doesn't matter how close you get to the floor, right? We want a rounded back. You want to relax your neck, and you want to be able to breathe fully. So if there's anything interfering with your breath, you want to back off a little bit. Long, smooth breaths. Now on an inhale, you're going to slide yourself up, and we are going to bend the knees. And I'm kind of wondering how this will work on video. So you're going to have your left knee bent, right? And you're going to bring your right heel near your left sits bone, right? So you have one knee on the ground and one knee up towards the sky. The knee that's pointing up, that hand is going to go behind you. And on the inhale, you're going to take your other arm up. So you're inhaling, your body is long here. And the exhale, you're going to wrap your hand around the outside of that knee and bring your chest and your belly towards the inner thigh. Some of you may take the elbow to the outside of the knee, but remember, you're only going as deeply as it feels good in your body. And your head follows your chest. So whichever direction your chest is, that's where your head is pointed. Long, smooth breaths. So we're twisted here, so make sure that you can still breathe fully. In fact, take a nice deep breath here. Nice big inhale. Feel how differently it feels to breathe deeply in a twisted position. And exhale. And on the next inhale, we're going to lengthen the body. Exhale, come forward. Then we're going to switch those legs. So you're going to take that leg that was on the ground, point it up towards the sky. Bring that other heel next to your sits bone. And again, the knee pointed up, hand goes behind you. You kind of press down to help make your spine long. Inhale, reach that other arm up. Exhale, hold on to the outside of the knee. Bring your belly and your chest towards the inner thigh or the elbow. Making sure as you twist yourself around, your spine stays upright and you're just pivoting yourself around that spine. Long, smooth breaths. And again, next big inhale, lengthening your spine, exhaling, come forward. Now this is the time where I'm going to ask you to check in and see if there's anything else that your body needs to do before we make our way into Shavasana. And then after Shavasana, I will have you sit up and we'll do a short breathing and meditation focus practice. So you're going to check in, does my body need anything else? And if you're not quite sure, just like we did at the very beginning of class, you're checking in, how does my body feel? Do I need to roll my shoulders? Do I need to do a little twist? What does your body need? And then you're going to set yourself up for Shavasana. You can use that rolled blanket underneath your spine or underneath your knees or lay flat on the ground. Some people love to do their legs up the wall, but just find a position that you'll be able to relax completely and know that for the next few minutes, there is nothing else that you need to do. You're just going to be here in this moment with your body and your breath. And so as you start to settle, invite your mind, your body to be completely supported by the earth beneath you. Gentle, smooth breaths. Releasing any tension or toxins as you exhale. Knowing that anything you release will be absorbed and transmuted by the earth. Asatoma Satgamaya. Om Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Om Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. So as you start to come back to the room, take a moment. If your body wants some more Shavasana, then please stay there. If you would like to do a breathing practice and a meditation, then gently start to reawaken and bring yourself to a seated position. And as you gently make your way up, for those of you who are, take some time. Notice again, how does your body feel? What's your energy level? Where's your mind? So for our breathing practice today, this is a cooling breath, which right now, today, where I am, it's a little bit cool, but it's a wonderful breath for reducing anxiety and for cooling you off, for soothing tempers if you find yourself feeling a little frustrated or angry. And there are two different ways that you can do this breath. It's one of the breaths where we breathe in through our mouth. So you start with your tongue behind your teeth, and you're going to breathe in through your mouth. And then breathe out through your nose. It's called shitkari. The other way that you can do this is to roll your tongue, and like you're sipping through a straw, breathe in through your tongue. And some of us genetically can't roll our tongue, so you're just kind of, see which one feels better. If you can roll your tongue, you still might like to have your tongue behind your teeth. And then after you breathe in, you close your mouth, breathe out through the nose. We're going to do that a few more times. And yes, it makes a little bit of noise, and that's okay. Long, smooth breaths. And if this doesn't work for you, just breathe naturally. And after your next exhale, we're going to let that go. And when you're doing your focus practice, you can either have your eyes closed or find one spot on the ground that you're going to look at. You don't want to scan the room or look at the video or anything like that. And we're going to bring the hands together, so the tips of the fingers and the heels of the hand, and there's a little space in between the palms, and then just rest your hands someplace on your legs, or some might feel more comfortable with the thumbs on the breastbone. And start to focus on your breath. Now imagine that as you're breathing in this beautiful, warm, golden light. Maybe it's light from the sun or golden light from the universe. And as you breathe in through your nose, the golden light is coming in and filling up your head. And as your head starts to fill with that golden light, as you exhale, you're going to invite that golden light to make its way through your body. So you're breathing in golden light, you're breathing out golden light to the rest of your body. And you might find this golden light very soothing and healing. And know that you can call upon it at any time. So once you've brought it into your world, it's there. And so taking a moment to decide if you're going to keep that golden light flowing or release it, noticing how your body and your breath feel. Remembering at the beginning of class that intention that you set, how you wanted to feel for the rest of your day. And really, really taking this time to thank your mind, your body, your spirit for getting here, nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself. And then we'll close with a nice Om if you'd like. So inhaling. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be doing these classes throughout the rest of April and maybe even into May and June, depending on what happens at Westminster. So have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste.